Welcome to the practice. We have ladder style vinyasa today. What that means is we'll start with the basic sequence and every next repetition will add on to that sequence. And we will be focusing mainly on balance. So that means it requires a lot of focus on your breath and your muscle control and core strength. We will also be including some amount of core work towards the end of the practice and also throughout the practice. As always, please take the practice at your own pace, go with your breath and try to be present. That also helps a lot with balance. So help your mind focus, don't let it wander, and just take this 30 minutes for yourself and have fun. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. And before we go, also if you have a yoga block, have it handy. We do have half moon variation and we will try and incorporate the block into our core work. So if you have a block, have it handy. And I'll meet you on the mat whenever you're ready. Let's begin the practice at the front of the mat. Come in Tadasana, bring your palms to your chest in prayer. Take a deep inhale and next exhale, sweep your arms all the way up, bring your gaze up towards the sky and fold forward. Halfway lift, we'll warm up our shoulder blades. Extend your arms alongside your ears and bend at your elbows and release for 4, 3, 2 and 1 and fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant the palm, step back into plank, flow through Chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra depending on how ready you are, and lift your hips back up into your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and exhale. We'll do a few rounds of our push-up. Turn your palms slightly inwards, stay in your downward dog. And every exhale, bring the crown of your head towards your palms for 5, 4, push back with the heel of your palm. Last one, bring your palms back to neutral. Bring your gaze towards your palms, bend at your knees, hop or walk and travel back to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, fold forward. Come all the way up, back to Tadasana. Next out breath, sweep your arms all the way up and fold forward. Halfway lift, extend your arms alongside your ears and come into cactus arms for 5, release, 4, 3, 2 and 1, fold forward. Plant the palms, step or hop back, flow through Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift your hips, come into downward facing dog. Bring your palms slightly inwards and 5 push-ups in your downward dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Turn your palms back to neutral. Float your right leg, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee and stack your hips. Your right knee is moving up towards the sky. Right heel is working towards the glute. Come back to neutral. Bring your right knee to chest. Plant it between your palms. Come up, high crescent lunge. Sink your hips down, squeeze your inner thighs. Open your arms out in a T. Twist towards your right leg. You can stay here or bring your right palm on the outside of your left leg and deepen your twist. Extend your left hand alongside your ears. Release. Face the front of the mat. Step your back foot to meet the front, come into chair. Come back up to Tadasana. Take a deep breath in and next out breath, sweep your arms up towards the sky, fold forward. Halfway lift, extend your hands, Cactus your arms and release for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold forward, plant the palms, step or hop back, flow through your chaturanga, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Turn your palms in and 5 push-ups for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms back to neutral. Float your left leg, 3-legged dog. Bend your left knee, stack your hips. Come back to neutral. Left knee to chest. Plant your palms in between your hands. Come up, high crescent lunge. Open your arms out in a T. Twist towards your bent leg. Optional to bring your left palm on the outside of your right leg. Right hand extends up towards the sky. Release your twist. Face the front of the mat. Bring your arms alongside your ears. Step your back foot to meet the front. Sit in your chair. And release back to Tadasana. This time as you sweep your arms up towards the sky, float your heels. Cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky. Release your arms, fold forward. Halfway lift. Extend your arms alongside your ears. Bend your elbows. Bring your arms to cactus and release for 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fold forward. Plant your right palm on the mat in front of your right foot. Bend your right leg. Extend your left hand up towards the sky. Release and fold. Plant the palms. Step or hop back to plank. Flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Lift your hips. Come back, downward facing dog. We'll add another challenge here. Float your right leg, 3-legged dog. Turn your palms slightly inwards. Downward dog push-ups. Floating your right leg. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring your right knee to chest. Plant your right foot on the outside of your right palm. Lizard lunge. Hold your lizard lunge for 1 cycle of breath. Extend your right hand alongside your ears. Roll onto the knife edge side of your feet and take a side body stretch. Come back, lizard lunge. 2. Back to lizard lunge. 3. Come back to lizard lunge. Frame your front foot. Come up into high crescent lunge. Open your arms out in a T. Take a twist. Come into the variation that suits you today. Come back, face the front of the mat. Arms alongside your ears. This time, next exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Come up into one-legged Tadasana. Take a deep breath. Take a twist. You can bring your right palm on the outside of your left knee or grab hold of the knife edge side of your left foot and extend your left leg. Release your twist. Open your left knee on the outside of your left hip. Extend your right hand shoulder height. Grab hold of your left big toe with your 2-piece fingers. Stay here or extend your left leg and hold. Release. Back into one-legged Tadasana. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Sit into your chair. Palms to your chest. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Take a twist. Release your twist. Come back to Tadasana. Next breath, sweep your arms up, float your heels. Cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky. Release your heels, release your hands, fold forward. Halfway lift, extend your hands alongside your ears. Cactus your arms and release for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Fold forward. Plant your left palm directly in front of your left foot. Bend your left knee. Extend your right hand up towards the sky. Release. Fold forward. Plant your palms. Step or hop back plank. Flow through Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Turn your palms slightly inwards and float your left leg. 5 push-ups from your 3-legged dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your palms back to neutral. Pull your left knee to chest. Plant your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Lizard lunge. Extend your left hand alongside your ear. Roll onto the knife edge side of your feet. Take a side body stretch. Back to lizard lunge. 2, 3. Frame your front foot. Lift up. High crescent lunge. Arms out in a T. Take a twist. Face the front of the mat. Pull your right knee into your chest. Come into one-legged Tadasana. Standing twist. Optional to grab hold of your right foot and extend your right leg. Release your twist. Right knee comes on the outside of your right hip. Grab hold of the big toe. Stay here or extend your right leg. Release. Back to one-legged Tadasana. Right foot to meet left. Sit in your chair. Bring your palms to your chest. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Take a twist. Release your twist. Come back up. Tadasana. Next breath. Sweep your arms. Float your heels. Cactus your arms. Open your chest up towards the sky. Release your arms. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Bring your hands alongside your ears. Pull your elbows back and release for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Fold forward. Plant your right palm directly in front of your right foot. Bend your right leg. Extend your left hand up towards the sky. Bring your gaze down towards the mat and float your left leg. Plant your left foot back. Come up, high crescent lunge. Frame your front foot. Flow through your Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. All the way back to downward facing dog. Turn your palms inwards. Float your right leg. 3-legged dog. 5 push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Right knee into your chest. Plant your right foot on the outside of your right palm. Lizard lunge. And float your right hand alongside your ears. Roll onto the knife edge side of your feet. Take a side body stretch. Back to lizard for 2. One more. Frame your front foot. come up, high crescent lunge, take a twist, cartwheel your arms, roll on to the back foot, plant your back foot, sink your hips down, warrior two, warrior two, reverse warrior. Bring your right forearm to rest on your right thigh. Extend your left hand up alongside your ears. Come into a side angle. You can either stay here or bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Extend your right leg. Transition into a triangle. Reverse your triangle. Back to warrior two. From here, plant your right palm few inches in front of your right foot. You can use a block here. Float your back leg. Stack your hips. Half moon. Square your chest to the mat. Bring your back knee into your chest. Come up into one-legged Tadasana. That's a tricky transition. If you come out of it, it's okay. Take your standing twist, any variation. Release your twist. Grab hold of your left big toe with your two-piece fingers and open up. Hold, release, bring your left foot on the inside of your right inner thigh and hold your tree for a breath. You can choose the variation for your arms. Release your tree, catch your left foot behind you. It's hard to balance and talk. Right hand extends alongside your ears. Kick your back foot into your hand. Float into your dancers. Release your dancers into one-legged Tadasana. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Sit in your chair. Palms to chest. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Take a twist. Bring your gaze down towards the mat. Float your left leg into a flamingo. Release back. Come back to Tadasana. Your standing leg must be on fire by now. Take a breath. Next breath, sweep your arms, float your heels, cactus your arms, open your chest up towards the sky, release, fold forward. Halfway lift, extend your hands alongside your ears, cactus your arms, release for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Fold forward. Plant your left palm directly in front of your left foot. Extend your right hand up towards the sky. Square your chest to the mat and float your left leg this time. Plant your left foot behind you. Come up into your high lunge. Frame your front foot. Move your block if it's in your way. Flow through Chaturanga. Upward dog. Hips lift. Come back, downward facing dog. Float your left leg, turn your palms slightly inwards. 5 push-ups. 5, 4, left knee into your chest. Plant your left foot outside of your left palm. Lizard. Roll onto the knife edge side of both your feet. Take a side body stretch. Back to lizard. 2. And last one. Come back. Frame your front foot. Lift up high crescent lunge. Take your twist. Cartwheel your arms. Plant your back foot. Open up warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Transition into side angle. Extend your top arm alongside your ears. Extend your left leg, triangle. Release and reverse your triangle. Back to warrior 2. Bring your left palm slightly in front of your left foot. Use your block. Float your back leg. Stack your hips. Bring your chest to frame the mat. Right knee comes into chest. Come up into one-legged Tadasana. Standing twist. Release your twist. Right knee outside of your right hip. Catch your big toe. Stay there. Or you can extend your leg. Release into tree. Choose your hand variation. Release your tree. Catch your right foot behind you. Kick into your right hand. Float into dancers. Release your dancers into one-legged Tadasana. Right foot to meet your left. Sit in your chair. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Take a twist. Gaze towards your mat. Float your right leg. Ooh. Release into Tadasana. We have our last progression. You can do those repetitions with push-ups and things. I'm just going to flow through this progression. Take a deep breath. Next breath, float your heels. Bring your arms alongside your ears. Cactus your arms. Open your chest up towards the sky. Release. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your right palm in front of your right foot. Extend your left hand up towards the sky. Bring your gaze towards the mat. Float your left foot. Stack your hips. Come into half moon. Plant your left foot down on the mat, face the front of the mat, come into high crescent lunge. Take the twist. Transition warrior to reverse warrior to side angle. Transition into triangle. Reverse your triangle. Back to warrior 2. Float into your half moon. Bring your chest to face the mat. Left knee to chest. Come up one-legged Tadasana. Take your standing twist. Release your twist. Open your left knee on the outside of your left hip. Kick your leg out and hold. Release. Whoop. Into your tree. Release your tree and float into dancers. Float back to one-legged Tadasana and hinge from your hips. Extend your left leg, warrior 3. To chair. Take your twist, hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. Gaze to the mat, float your left leg. Come back to Tadasana. Float your heels, sweep up towards the sky. Cactus your arms, open your chest. Release your hands, fold forward. Halfway lift, plant your left palm in front of your left foot. Bend your left knee, extend your right hand towards the sky. Gaze towards the mat. Float your right leg, stack your hips, transition into half moon. Chest faces the mat, back foot comes down. Come into high crescent lunge. Take your twist. Plant your back foot, cartwheel your arms, open up warrior 2, reverse warrior, to side angle, transition into your triangle. Release, reverse your triangle. Come back, warrior 2, float into your half moon. Right knee to chest, come up, one-legged Tadasana, standing twist. Release your twist, open your leg out to the side. Release into your tree. Catch your right foot behind you, float into dancers. Release your dancers to one-legged Tadasana. Float your right leg behind you to warrior 3. Right foot meets left. Sit in your chair. Take a twist. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Gaze towards the mat. Float your right leg. Back to twisted chair to Tadasana. Fold forward. Halfway lift, plant your palms, step back into plank, bring your knees down onto the mat, come all the way to seated. Have your block close by, extend your legs in front of you, bring your block to the outside of your feet. If you don't have a block, you can skip that part. Extend your arms alongside your ears and hinge from your hips, fold forward. Your fingers wrap around the outside of the block. Release your forward fold. Move the block out. Bring your right foot on the inside of your left inner thigh. Face your right knee. Bring your left elbow on the inside of your left foot, left knee. Extend your right hand up towards the sky. You can either stay here or bring your top arm to extend in line with your ears. Have your sit bones down on the mat. Release. Back to your, extend your right leg and switch sides. Bring your left foot on the inside of your right inner thigh. Face your bent leg. Both your sit bones are down on the mat. Bring your right elbow on the inside of your right knee and take a side body stretch. Make sure that your sit bones are down on the mat. Release and face the front of the mat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch and fold forward in a butterfly. Release, come back into seated. Roll all the way down onto the mat. Float your feet off the mat. Bring your knees slightly towards your chest. Place the block in line with your knees on the front of your thigh and bring your forearms on the block. Engage your core and every exhale, extend one leg and bring it back. Make sure the challenge is to keep the block here and the block is not moving and it should not fall. So let's try. Extend your right leg, bring it back, left, bring it back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, last one, 8, and release and remove your block. Whew, that works your core. And we'll take one back bend to end our practice. Press through your heels, tuck your tailbone and lift up your hip. Bring your palms on the outside of your ears and next exhale, push your mat down and lift up into your V. Release your back bend. Hug your knees into chest. Roll from side to side to release your back. We'll end our practice in Shavasana. Please take this time for yourself. And you should be really proud of yourself if you finished or even tried any part of that practice. It was quite a challenging flow and I hope you felt that heat build up in your body and that fire in your muscles. If you keep consistent with your practice, you will see the change that you're creating in your body and the strength build in your muscles and the change in your muscle tone. Be grateful for all the changes that you're making in your body. And I'll see you on the mat next week. Until then, have a beautiful time.